What's up, guys? Tuki here, back again. This is my Quebec City Nordiques franchise mode here on NHL 17. And before we start the season sim, we have some business to take care of. But first of all, get a look at some of these overalls, because after these moves, they're going to change. You know, someone like Sonny Milano might drop to like an 82 for all we know. But take a look now. But there are certain people listed here that will not be here in just a few minutes. Now, this might not be the first trade that you expected, but I do feel like it's a better deal. We are going to take a morale hit for trading Oscar Dansk, but I feel like it's a good move. Holt we drafted in the first year, so we're free and clear to get rid of him. It's not like we're immediately flipping him for a second-round pick. The trade is Holt and Oscar Dansk to Ottawa for Andrew Hammond and a 5th and 6th round pick in this draft. We are going to improve our backup goaltending. So it is going to be Korpisalo Hammond. Condon will go down to Cleveland and may even begin as the starter over Kozanov right now. Because I do want to see if Kozanov can progress as the backup rather than being the starter. We will see. But we also needed the draft picks as well, which I wanted to get you guys a look at, hold on, I'll do this live for the hell of it. I do want to get you guys a look at the draft picks, because that is something that we're lacking this year. I think our first and our third, or maybe even our first and our second round picks are already gone. And as you can see already, Sonny Milano, just lucky guess knowing that he was going to drop. But, even a minor trade like that, getting rid of the AHL backup goalie has an effect. And, Sonny Milano being affected by that makes sense, considering he was his teammate over the past 2 years. But I think for the moment, that's a solid trade. We get better goaltending at the NHL level, because I don't want to run Korpisalo into the ground. But you see the draft picks for this year. We're allowed 12 maximum. We have 6 right now. No first, no third. So any draft picks we can pick up will be a good decision, is what I'm trying to say. Andrew Hammond's here. We have the Hamburglar. Our next trade, and I didn't want to do this because, as you can see, we are going to take a big morale hit for trading away Dylan Hetherington. He is someone who is very well liked within our organization, but I feel like this is a better trade, or a better move, or a good move for us in more ways than one. We send Hetherington and Whitman, someone who, along with Holt, was drafted in the first year, so we're free to get rid of him. We send those two to San Jose for Julius Bergman and a handful of picks. Bergman, of course, is a right-handed shot that will allow Darnell Nurse to be on the left-hand side. So a tough trade because of the morale hit, but it makes sense defensively. Bergman is somebody who, I feel like will work well with Darnell Nurse, hopefully. And that is very weird. Elias Lindholm actually bounced back up to an 85. But like I said, it allows Darnell Nurse to be on his proper side. And getting a look at Bergman, he's currently an 83. Medium top 6, so much like Hetherington, this will probably be towards his limit, but he's a right-handed shot, 5-star skating, 5-star physical. He's perfect for a third pairing defenseman spot. Next up, William Karlsson is once again an Anaheim Duck. We send him and a 6th round pick that we just acquired from Ottawa to the Ducks for Nick Kurdiles and a 3rd round pick. You guys said get more ideal 4th line guys, and to me, Kurdiles is just that. We have one more trade to make, but William Karlsson is gone. Nick Kurdiles will be our 4th line center, and I'm looking forward to seeing just how he does. But William Karlsson's gone, and we get a fair return. And our final deal, it is Elias Lindholm to the Toronto Maple Leafs for Freddie Gauthier and a 3rd and 4th round pick this year. Again, another risky trade. We acquired Lindholm back in the Vancouver series. He didn't really reach his potential, and I feel like it's going to be the same story in this game. So Lindholm is out. Freddie Gauthier is in. He will be on that 4th line with Kurdiles and Olsen. And again, we pick up some more draft picks. So moving forward, here is the team. These are the Nordiques that will begin this season. Top line, Tkachuk, Duchesne, Toffoli. Second line is Saad, Dubois. Even though I don't really want Dubois to be a center because he's a 72, I do agree he needs to be in that spot. So we have Dubois there. And that's the thing. Originally it was going to be this setup right here, and we'll have Milano at center, who's a little bit better. But, you know, I'm all right with trying this out. So Dubois with Bjorkstrand. Third pairing is Milano, Wenberg, Puljujärvi. Funny enough, when I go best lines, it puts Puljujärvi on the top line, which is probably a good sign. And in the fourth line, Gauthier and Kurdiles are both normally 83s. It's the morale that's taken its effect. But Freddie Gauthier and Nick Kurdiles, guys who could potentially be fourth liners for us for a considerable amount of time. Defensively, you already know it is now Bergman and Nurse. We'll see what they can do. And the power play. As you guys mentioned, Saad top line power play minutes, so we'll hope he doesn't get pissed. Same with Wenberg. He's on the third line, but we're giving him top line power play minutes, and hopefully that helps out. I mean, it might. That's the hope. I don't know. Let me know if I should change it in the four-man power play too, although if I see the morale starts to drop, I'll certainly do that. Saad and Dubois is the top penalty kill with Kurdiles and Gauthier there as well, also getting some time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, you already know the goaltending. Andrew Hammond's now the backup. I feel like this team's still in a good spot. Obviously, we lost a little bit of offensive firepower with Carlson and with Elias Lindholm, but that opens up the space for the top 9 to really get it done this year. And we will see if they can do just that. We have quite a bit of cap space opened up as well because of that, which will be good for the future. And now the draft picks. As you can see, we have a decent amount of draft picks now as opposed to absolutely nothing. So that'll be very beneficial throughout the course of this season. But really quickly, allow me, and actually, you know what, we'll just take a look at the calendar. We do have to sim through the entire preseason. Let's see here. I want to get a look at our first month here in October. And we don't have that busy of a schedule. It looks like Hammond's first start will come against Arizona or LA. So allow me, we will sim to November 1st. Let's get the first month of the season out of the way. Fingers crossed the injuries are in our favor. Again, you know, I haven't lowered the meter. It's just we had terrible luck last year. I'm not going to ramble. Let's sim to November 1st and see where we stand. The first month of the season has come to an end. We find ourselves with a 4-3-1 record, 100% fan happiness, which is nice. But some disappointing results. We lost our first game of the season in our third game against the Ottawa Senators. It's a shootout loss. We started Andrew Hammond against the Sharks. We got stomped. We started Andrew Hammond against the LA Kings. We got stomped. And then Corpi Sala was in net for that last game against the Avs, who absolutely shit on us, 5-0. So we have been shut out twice, or were shut out twice, within a week. Not good. Not good at all, especially in our division. We know it's going to be another strong division. We do currently find ourselves in 4th, but look at that. 7-1-1, the Carolina Hurricanes. The Washington Capitals also on 15 points. We can't afford to drop too many points, so we really need to turn things around. But Hammond, as you'll see, does not have the best stats. Corpi Sala with 921 save percentage, pretty damn good. Andrew Hammond, not so much. So he'll have, I think we'll give him a couple of starts in November to try and prove himself. And if he isn't able to get his game going, well, just look to trade him and get somebody else. I mean, I don't know. Let's see what Mike Condon's doing down in Cleveland. And Mike Condon is even shitting the bed down in Cleveland. So I'll actually put Kozanov as the starter. He's already gone up an overall point. I don't believe he has started the game. So that's interesting that both of those goalies aren't doing too well. As far as point totals, it's early. Top line's doing okay. Second line's doing all right. Third line is pretty quiet, which is very disappointing. You have some very offensively gifted players on that line, and they are all struggling. Then you have the fourth line, which is doing well. Freddie Gauthier, 5 points. 2 points for Kurdiles and 1 for Olsen. Okay, so at least Freddie Gauthier is racking up some points at the moment. But I think we will sim one more month. I do need to change some of their positions, I just remembered too. But I do think let's sim one more month. I want to keep this episode relatively short, but let's sim one more month and really see where this team stands, see how they're doing, and then we'll take it from there. November has come to an end. The simming in this episode has come to an end. We have arrived on December 1st with an 11-7-3 record, so not the greatest, but not terrible. The Cleveland Monsters at 12-4-1 is pretty good, though. We ended up losing 4 out of our first 6 games to start the month. There were 2 overtime losses in there. We ended up winning 5 straight, and now heading into December, we have lost our last 2 games by a combined score of 8-1. So pretty disappointing way. I won't say a very disappointing way, but a pretty disappointing way to end this episode. We've been as high as second place in the division. We are currently in the second wild card spot, and again, this division is just fucking deadly. The Hurricanes, we were supposed to be the ones. The Rangers are struggling this year. We were supposed to be the ones to take over the Rangers spot in terms of dominating this division, and that just hasn't been the case. Look at this. Look at this. 20 points is the lowest total. I always fuck up by going over to the right. You look at the Atlantic. Okay, well, the Atlantic, it's not much easier. 19 points each. The Century have 18. Point being, it's a pretty damn close race. 22 games into the new season. I will quickly give you guys a look at the team and what we have done so far. We have dealt with some injuries. Mats Olsson missed a little bit of time, and Puljujärvi missed pretty much the entire month. He's actually not even back yet. So Zach Hyman's gotten some time, and actually Kevin Stenlund ended up getting some time as well in on the fourth line. Matthew Tkachuk, 11 points so far in 21 games. That's not terrible. 3 goals is concerning. Look at that shooting category. How on earth does he only have 3 goals? My question to you, do we leave him as a sniper? Or do we change the player build? I don't know, maybe a power forward, which is what we were considering changing him to before. 90 checking, 94 strength. Maybe power forward would suit him better. Let me know down below, sniper or power forward for Matthew Tkachuk. Matt Duchene, 16 points in 21 games. That's more like the guy that we thought we were getting last year at the trade deadline. I was thinking, though, too, he's a good playmaker. He could also make for a good sniper, but let me know what you think there. Playmaker or sniper for Matt Duchene. And then Tyler Toffoli, 15 points in 21 games. Not bad. 5 goals, pretty good. I mean, you could debate the same thing, playmaker or sniper. It would probably be better to leave him as a sniper, but it's all up for debate. Moving on to the second line, we have Saad right now with 12 points in 21 games. Not too bad. Do we leave him as a two-way? I mean, he makes for a great two-way. You could argue playmaker or sniper as well. Then we have Pierre-Luc Dubois, 9 points in 21 games, which isn't terrible, currently on a playmaker. And you could probably maybe argue sniper as well. He just has really good shot power for both of his shots, but he's not doing too bad, but we need him to be a little bit better. And then Bjorkstrand right now, 16 points in those 21 games. Not bad. He's staying as a sniper. He has one hell of a shot. Third line, Sonny Milano, unfortunately hasn't bounced back to an 84 overall yet. We'll probably leave him as a sniper because of that wrist shot. Only 5 points in 21 games. 30 shots. So he's getting shots, but just no luck for him so far. Third line center, 6 points for Alex Wennberg. He's on the top line power play. He's really struggling. I can say, yeah, Sonny Milano isn't Matthew Tkachuk or Brandon Saad, but you would think he'd be able to do a little bit better. Of course, normally they are with Puljujärvi. Mats Olsson is there instead. He only has 2 points so far, but again, he missed some time due to injury. Should we change his build? I mean, probably not the best power forward at only 79 body checking. Let me know what you think on that. And then we get to the fourth line. Freddie Gauthier, 8 points in 21 games. Isn't terrible for a fourth liner. We actually moved him over to a power forward. Switched him over from a two-way. I think he makes for a good two-way, good power forward, good grinder. I mean, really, that's... I don't know. I don't know how much I should invest in the player builds. Nick Cardile, 7 points so far. We switched him to a grinder. Again, he could be a power forward. He could be a two-way. And then we have Zach Hyman, who, of course, is in due to injury. He has 3 points so far on the year. And I'll actually get you a look really quick at Puljujärvi. At 83, he had 2 points. How many games has he played? He's only played 11 games. But still, 2 points in 11 games is pretty damn disappointing. So we do have some underperforming guys so far to start. Defensively, Marc-Edouard Vlasic, only 2 points, which isn't great. He's getting a ton of shots on goal. So that's kind of concerning. But 2 points so far for Vlasic, 4 for Seth Jones. And you just look at the shots they are putting up. They have to start getting goals. I mean, eventually they're going to start hitting the back of the net. Second pairing, we have Hampus Lindholm, 2 points, and David Savard with 6, but they're both minuses, which is a little bit concerning. And then the third pairing, no progression from Darnell Nurse. He has a point this year. And Bergman with 2 points as well. No progression from him. So again, it just comes down to underperforming players. Joonas Korpisalo right now, though, with a .928 save percentage. That is more than what we could ask for. We switched Andrew Hammond to a butterfly goalie. It seemingly helped a little bit. But he has a 6-1 record and a .906 save percentage. Let me know, do we go out and try to get a better backup goalie? There were some guys around the 84 overall range, 85, who theoretically would be better. I could also take a look at the player stats throughout the year, or just the player stats in general, to try and find a better goalie, but it might be a bit more expensive. That's why we went with Hammond. He was the easier and cheaper option, but you get what you pay for in a lot of instances. And down in the AHL, just really quickly, Paul Bittner, not the greatest start to the year. Kai Gorodov right now up to a 78, which is pretty nice. Kevin Stenlund, who ended up getting some time on the NHL roster. Abramov, not doing too bad. Mistele, a 73. He's not doing too bad either. And that's pretty much all we care about. We do have Michael Matheson down there still, too. I didn't trade him. Should I trade him? I mean, especially with Darnell Nurse there. We could actually, if we were looking for a better goalie, we could probably use Matheson. So let me know, do we trade Michael Matheson or do we use him as a depth guy? Although he is waiver eligible, so if we were to call him up, we'd really be risking it trying to send him down. So we should probably trade him. Let me know what you think. Gabriel Carlson right now, not too bad, and Rasmus Anderson, not too great, but that is okay. And right now, Kozanov has jumped to a 73 overall. You look at the stats for Mike Condon after 5 games. We gave it to Kozanov. He's at least doing a little bit better. But there you have it. Those are the teams. Some interesting options that we have moving forward. We are 2 months into the season. We are in contention, but it's a very rough division, and we can't really afford to be dropping points. So let me know down in the comments below what you think we should do moving forward. And yeah, we'll see what happens in the next episode. That is it for this one, guys. If you have enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button to help support my channel. Any and all support is more than appreciated. Subscribe as well if you haven't already to continue following this series. And I will see you guys in the next one.